Oh, they're doing the doink. They're doing the doink.
Sucks for the podcast listeners.
Yeah, podcast listeners, welcome to the Wrestling Fan, our wrestling show. I'm the big beefy boy, Shaz Beef, and I'm joined by a couple of Hulksters. Oh, shit. What's with the Hogan get up? I kind of feel left out.
It's a year in review.
Yeah, and the Hulkster had passed away.
Probably the most notable news item of the year,
Yeah.
I would say.
This tash is in my mouth.
So,
I'm swallowing tash.
Even though you're in the red and yellow, you kind of look like...
How did he do this?
How did he do this every day?
They've completely changed my
Is this
opinion on the
supposed
man.
to be his goatee, I wonder?
I got some...
down there. And then you have a mustache as well.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
This could be a mustache. This could be a mustache. This definitely could be a mustache.
Go check. That is a
looks more
more
like
If
like
Hulk
a
Hogan was also Mr. Pringle.
That won't work. But go check it out on YouTube if you're not, to see the boys rocking a kind of like a Hollywood Hogan thing with the beard. It's all.
Yeah.
But
Morro just told me I look like Jesse Ventura, and that's
He
the
does
greatest
look like
compliment I've ever got in my life.
Yeah.
Jesse the Body Ventura, we need to unionize.
You'd love a union as well.
I
wouldn't
would
you?
fucking
You're
love
mad for a
union.
I'd
union.
love a fucking union as well.
Contrary to appearances, I would love a union.
Yeah,
I'm a union man.
it is the year in review 2025, a year of ups and mainly downs, it seems. I have not enjoyed my year of wrestling watching. John, the draw is back.
The draw is in the
ratings were
house.
This
going
is my
down.
new nickname after the Beast Mortals
Well,
was found to be already copyrighted by someone else.
I'd say the draw is probably copyrighted somewhere.
How's
as
your
well, isn't
newfound online fame going?
it? Yeah.
How's it affected your life?
Mr. 120K.
The first over 100,000.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the first over 100,000.
Yeah, well, you remember when
I said the 100,000
what
was
happened
shit.
in the wrestling world?
Oh, yeah.
That got like 450,000, but people got clickbaited with
Bikini girls.
bikini girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And then the next time-
your face as the first face in the wrestling show history to get over 100,000.
Well, we were all in the. All
Yeah,
in
but
the
it's your
game.
face in the thumbnail.
Your face is your,
And it's your
your
point.
face.
Okay, I'll take it. My life has changed so much. The fame has been so hard.
You're the
this last
face
month.
of that particular
I
hit.
can't walk down the fucking street.
There you go.
That's
There
why
you go.
he's in incognito mode.
Hey, there was a Chipper and Greg Lamanna playing our podcast inside last night.
Yeah? How'd you... Were you getting chips
What's the
and
name
Greg
of
I
it?
was
What's
not
the name of the
getting
shipper? I've been in there before. I can't remember the name
I
of
don't
it.
remember the name. I'd like to shout them out.
Hey, if you want to sponsor the show, folks.
Shout out to that one shipper and Greg
The one
Namana.
with all the lights on it.
Oh, the one with all the lights.
Yeah, that Chipper and Greg Lamanna.
Yeah, what they were... How do you know?
A colleague of mine went in
Sources.
for a bag of chips and he could hear my voice and he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's like, "I'm spending way too much time with that guy in work." And then he looked behind and the guy's had it on the TV.
On the screen. That's what they were watching.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
how you getting on there with Greg Lamanna?
Free chips.
Oh, I
Any
take a
chance?
free bag of chips.
I know these boys. Give us a few free chips there.
I take a free bag of chips out.
I'll
as
take that.
sponsorship.
If anything from the year, I will
Look,
take.
If anyone wants to shout out on anything, just give us some free shit. We get about 600 people a week watching us.
You know what was mad to me there when I was trying to think of the year in review? This channel was meant to kind of start out, and the podcast as a bit of a love letter towards wrestling, and I just felt like it was so negative because we were like,
When you brought me in,
Yeah.
and that was the end of
It's you two clickbaiting motherfuckers.
No, Shane brought me in, and I like to complain. And you know,
yeah, but like that WrestleMania one. That's probably our most watched podcast, and it's just two middle-aged fucks complaining
Being
about
miserable.
fake fighting.
but we were right though. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
When you invited me into this podcast, the only thing that mattered to me was getting myself over.
We made you carry your bags for 2 years.
He was washing my back.
I'm shaving your back.
Little young boy Morrow.
Drove us around to make all the tunes.
We'll do a year in review. Shall we get to some of the listeners' comments?
Yeah, because
put-
we did discuss. There was one message saying, "How should we structure this?"
What, you talking about some parameters here? Is this what this
and
is?
nobody responded.
This
Oh
is,
no, I wrote a little list of a couple of like bests, I think. Just
Okay, okay.
opinions.
Yeah,
So
that's-
like
yeah.
you being positive. Look at you. Look at you being
There
positive.
are any negatives? No,
You're doing your homework.
best
This is why
male
you're the
performer,
draw.
best female performer, best match.
Yeah. Okay.
Alex Wynn 09 just said AEW carried. is carried like a...
Carried the industry, I think.
It just said carried, so is that...
He's dead right, because AEW did nothing but carry this year. It carried hard.
Cottle Crow said, Moxley for Wrestler of the Year. Stellar pay-per-view
Cottle
matches all year round.
Well, while we're on it...
Cottle has responded that every week for the last month on All Elite Morrow. He's like, he is on a fucking campaign for Moxley.
Oisin McCarthy, big friend of the show, WWE have significantly regressed, but there has been amazing stuff elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Boswell, 17, so very meh. Meh.
Fair.
Meh, see? Mark Dowd, 16, the year WWE became so corporate, we now have sponsors on tables and ladders.
Man, that really
that's a big thing.
sums up a lot of
It really
the
does.
shitness and the dirge that we've had to sit through this year. That's where we're at. Fucking tables, like.
And Ush O'Reilly said, this year we've learned to trust TKO to ruin and waste the absolute best of their talent.
They fucking suck.
I called it, didn't I? I said,
you imagine
I saw it happen with
You
UFC.
did.
I saw it happen with UFC.
Could you-
My
and I was
only
skeptical.
surprise is it happened so quick.
you
Because it took a few years with UFC.
Could you imagine this time last year, though?
If we were here predicted this,
Yeah.
no
Well,
chance.
you would,
No
like-
chance.
It's just...
No chance. Covered in.
I'd say I'd say Cena walked out of that place there last Saturday night like fucking
place on
like
fire.
Kevin Spacey at the end of The Usual Suspects.
Like, how are these motherfuckers supposed to tell
Like,
sell
oh,
a
I'm so
ticket?
sad to be leaving. Time for he hops in the car.
Kaiser Soze.
God. Well, he walked straight into an interview with Cody Rhodes, and I think something we
dressed like ridiculous humans.
like this whole thing with Cody is like, I don't understand how he's a face. He's not
I really understand how he's a face.
Do you?
Yeah.
Babyface should never wear a suit.
Oh, no.
Nah, I disagree.
Yeah, I just think that everything about him does scream heel. Like, he lends himself,
He's
he would
a
lend
Homelander.
himself to him.
Yeah, but he's also got really good alternate costumes. Like when he comes down in that kind of big fucking
The jacket and that,
that Rocky Balboa jacket,
Yeah.
and he comes down in his tracksuit bottoms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know that lad is. He's not all about the suit. It's not all about the glam. You never see Ric Flair in a fucking pair of tracksuit run there into the ring.
No,
Talking to suit wrestlers.
And he could have pulled off a tracksuit look, Ric Flair.
Yeah, I'd say he pulled it off in real life.
Yeah,
But
and
He's definitely not wearing suits nowadays when he's shitting himself all over Florida.
If you were shitting yourself all over
the
Florida,
suit is perfect.
No, it's all the more reason to be wearing tracksuit bottoms. You need to be able to clean that shit up quick. Like.
No, but you want to, if you want to stay
and
out
he
on
needs
the
a bit of
beer.
room for his nappy as well.
I know, but if you want to stay out on
won't
the
get
beer
that in a suit.
afterwards, the suit will hold it together more. Like, you don't want to just go home and clean yourself up.
No,
like,
he just a solid pair of.
I say he stays
trackies.
going. I say
I
he
think
doesn't
he
even
stays
clean
going.
himself.
He
That's
needs
why you need the suit.
say like a gold shell tracksuit. That's the kind of thing Ric Flair would wear
well,
there.
I've seen him in some of them things recently.
Or a brown tracksuit, just a brown one.
Which would actually probably help it all the more when he shit himself in
poop
these
brown
bars.
tracksuit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
God bless him, lads. I'd say he's fairly incontinent at this point.
I doubt. I just say he's very, very drunk all the time.
Fair play.
He's the nature boy.
It's Christmas, you know what I mean?
It is Christmas.
I think though, with the, like, one thing we need to acknowledge off the bat, I think, is, in fact, the biggest thing in the history of wrestling has happened this year. The best thing in the history of wrestling has happened this year, according to wrestling legend and now retired John Cena, is CM Punk has apologized to Saudi Arabia.
The kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
And that's the greatest thing that ever happened in the history of wrestling.
I'm sorry.
I would say, and this is
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did, yeah, and that amongst many other things, I'd be echoing Dunphy in that sense that, like, for me as a long-time hardened CM Punk fan, a lot of the fucking mystique and the magic of Punk was significantly eroded this year.
Well,
and
actually, the Punk part is kind of gone.
It's not this thing about people always just sell out. Like he's always loved money. That's not a problem. But he's really he really seems to have regressed in his moral core, you know. And I think he's just flagrant about things that he would have been quite vociferous about, like many years ago. Now he doesn't give a fuck. Like.
Do you think that the sport washing kind of Saudi Arabia, like it almost has worked on him? In like that's what it's designed to do. Saudi Arabia is designed to like. The investment fund is bringing in all these comedic talents, bringing in the boxing, bringing in the UFC, everything, like bringing it all in to give to soften the image of what Saudi Arabia is.
To give them an air of legitimacy.
Do you think that that has almost worked on Punk?
What?
No.
Like genuinely?
No. Has it worked? A shit ton of money. Yeah, as he said himself to The Miz in a kind of fiery internet exchange a couple of years ago, he has gone and sucked that blood-covered dick.
Yeah, blood money covered dick.
Blood money covered dick. Sorry,
in Saudi Arabia. You fucking dark. That was the best part.
But like, did you watch it?
Did I watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I did.
Well, would you not be just as culpable then?
I've been to Saudi.
Yeah, but
know?
would you not be just... You're sucking blood
No,
money
it's
covered
actually
dicks.
it's not about the thing in and of itself. Like, I mean, so many wrestlers have done it. You wouldn't fault them the coin. You know, it's just, I guess it's the principles you're standing on. You know what I mean?
It's the same way Bill Burr is getting shit for going to the Riyadh
Because
Comedy Festival.
he has openly kind of espoused his principles and then turn around and take the money. I never openly espouse my principles.
He will take all
I'll
the
take
money.
fucking. Like I said, I'll do a podcast for a bag of chips. Like
He did
am
say
a
that.
Shill. I am a shill, but I never pretended to be Punk. You know,
Let's start where I think it all went wrong for me, and that was 6 days into January
6th of January.
when Raw on Netflix happened.
yeah, that was such a bad.
And I
start.
watched
All right,
that.
let's.
Okay, the first piece is coming off.
I watched that completely horrified, going, "What the fuck is this? They're undoing everything that they were setting out to do."
It was genuinely one of the most baffling wrestling shows I've ever seen.
It's like, it was a dick swing contest. Triple H, like, especially, I didn't mind Triple H doing the intro, whatever, right? But then The Rock had to come out, and then he had to shit all over kayfabe on the show.
and nuke every storyline he had.
Yeah.
And up until like this show here right now, it was the last time that Hulk Hogan appeared
Yeah,
Yeah,
in a visual medium.
yeah, true, yeah,
yeah, like,
And
which-
he got shot on by the crowd.
He
there,
got
yeah.
booed out of the fucking building, didn't he?
That was fun.
It was just such
Sad
a
way to go out all the same.
It is.
It was it's just such a weird show. I did enjoy the Punk Rollins match on the show.
I thought I didn't even like
There
that.
was a Bloodlines rules match.
That was awful. Solo Sikoa. Here's a big story of 2025. They've just given up the Solo Sikoa project.
You think
hasn't it?
that's a big story?
Not a big story,
2025?
but like no,
Where-
that's not a
where
big
is it?
story.
Top three?
Is it because Jacob was so dynamic and basically usurped him?
You see him standing beside Solo, and you're like, well, obviously he's the one I want to watch.
I have to say, MFT, my family tree, is up there with the Core and like the fucking B Team as one of the worst faction
yeah,
names.
just so shit.
Or fucking no, Misfits in Action wasn't even that bad. That was kind of cool. It was like the gimmick names that were kind of bad.
Core was the worst.
The Core was
Core
so
was
bad.
The union, that like short-lived union between Test, Big Show, Mick Foley, and Shamrock.
The idea
Yeah.
of a faction called the Union is good.
In wrestling.
is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good. The execution of it. They had 4 pretty good guys, but they were.
Nobody wanted to do it. Clearly,
You know what? Weirdly enough, they weirdly feel like, you know, the Attitude Era version of the conglomeration in AEW.
Yeah, just
yeah.
mismatched.
It's like,
Yeah.
I like all these people, but what is.
But like the MFT thing now, though, is so funny because they signed every Samoan wrestler in the world except for Zilla Fatu because he sucks. But they signed every other Samoan wrestler
But
in
they
the
released
world.
one recently, didn't they?
That was that Zilla or Lance?
No, Lance.
Lance.
Fatu.
Lance Anoa'i.
Anawahi.
Yeah, Anoa'i, whatever.
So they signed every single Samoan wrestler in the world, and then by the time they had collected all their shiny new pieces, Roman and the lads just didn't want to do bloodline shit anymore. So they were like, right, I suppose we have
Well,
to
it's
do
come full circle there
MFT.
because they're doing bloodline shit.
Oh yeah, but
Solo is
not
nowhere
with
near-
those
Ah,
guys.
yeah, but-
not with those guys.
Oh, the new guys.
We're doing it over here with our cousins.
But that paint really is just.
oh, it's so bad.
It is
So
fucking
bad.
horrific. Poor Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, like
It's weird because
JC Mateo. He was DOA with the fucking name JC Mateo.
I think so. I thought
Yeah,
Finn
I
Balor
thought-
would be too when he came in.
Finn
I was
Balor
like,
is a fucking objectively cool name.
yeah, but at the time when I was like, why are they calling him Finn?
JC
Why didn't they just call
Mateo
him-
is like a fucking like mid-range 90s actor who was like a supporting part in Saved by the Bell or something.
I was just going to say it's like it reminds me of Jesse Slater.
Okay, maybe that's where I was going with. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Or a TK Maxx.
yeah.
I'm heading out to JC Mateo's, get
It
some,
is-
some pants.
I'm getting a pair of cheap pants there in
Like,
Jesse
it
Mateo's.
is not
Chinos.
the name of a wrestler who would be taken seriously. And also, it's like, we got Tamatonga. Tamatonga's a good name. I enjoy Tamatonga's work. And then you get his brother, and they're just like, he's taller, so we just call him Taller Tonga.
Taller Tonga.
And like, objectively, Hikuleo, which is the name he was using in New Japan.
Way better name.
It's
And
not the best name, but it's a way
I
better
can
name.
promise you that name isn't copyrighted by New Japan. There's no way somebody sat down.
No, fuck that.
Patent that name.
New Japan are fucking bastards for copyrighted stuff.
No, I mean they're bastards for copyrighting. Like if you put a 2-second clip on Twitter, they'll come after you. Like, but they're not copyrighting, like patenting the name fucking Hikuleo for Hikulelu. There, your man. You know what I mean? Like Hikahuha. Like what? An absolute dog shit faction.
But like that was that January 6th episode was pretty much what we were kind of we should come to expect now of WWE. It was just so bad, and it was like, all right, maybe it was a hiccup, but it wasn't.
No, that was
It
it.
just continued.
That was as good as it got.
The short, like the low match cards, like bringing in people and then kind of like not doing anything
Celebrities.
with them. Yeah, the celebrity, but like Penta debuts.
Where's he now?
He's injured now, but and he was in an Intercontinental title match. But it's like
by mid-year he was back.
Ray Phoenix
hasn't done a tap all year.
He hasn't done a tap. He got a match at WrestleMania last minute.
Yeah,
that did nothing for him.
And he got shit on.
Then Penta, I say, was having Intercontinental title shots 40 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
For
remember
a while
when Penta debuted, they're like, the whole AEW roster will be looking at this presentation and they'll want to jump ship. And I was like, give it a couple of months.
They have lost
it was initially very good.
They have lost interest.
Yeah, they just lost interest.
The majority of luchadors, they lost interest.
They don't know what to do with them anyway. And now they have AAA, it's all going to be, oh yeah, we got this deadly luchador, send them off to AAA.
Which is crazy because that's what I'm saying. The AAA thing happened, so now they're just going to, like, oh well, we'll figure out how to market
luchador.
A Mexican luchador
Here's another
based
thing.
off this.
Here's another thing. They've just given up on AAA as well. Like
already, you think?
There's nothing scheduled in terms of like Worlds Collides or anything like that. Like that last one in Vegas, Triple H didn't even show up for it, and he was in town to watch UFC.
Do you think they're eventually just going to call that NXT Mexico?
Probably maybe, but they might just keep
weren't
the
Lucha Bros meant to reunite though recently?
There's a show there this week that Lucha Bros are supposed to be in a tag match against Dom and someone else.
I think they still give a fuck about that.
I don't think so. After the Vegas one to me in September, I think it was, just felt so low effort.
Yeah,
is that the one with Microman and Omos?
No. That
was one of my favorite spots of the year.
That was the good one. That was the good one. That was like July.
That was the best thing that happened in wrestling this year. Microman and Omos.
That was July. That was the one they put loads of effort into, and it was actually a really good show.
Imagine they rocked into the tag team. Like, there's two tag team divisions, right? You could do way worse than just going Omos and Microman.
100%. Yeah. Why not?
Like,
their tag team division's a dumpster fire anyway. Stick them in. Stick everyone in. It doesn't matter.
Everyone should be in a tag team.
Nobody cares about their tag team division.
Do you think so? It feels like it has fallen off a lot this year. The Wyatts have done nothing with the tag team titles, and then Raw was like, it's just the Judgment Day again, and they're not defending. And the New Day are doing fuck all, and then the War Raiders come back after another 2 month break.
The New Day had the greatest heel turn of all time.
And it went
year.
nowhere. They actually should have just used them as a main event act.
They brought in Grayson Waller, and you're like, why? No.
Yeah, that was, why?
Yeah, why?
I will say that a lot of in the last couple of years since Triple H took the reins, a lot of the long-term booking and the detail work that we were seeing, which in some ways, like, I felt like it was a little bit, he was doing it anyway in NXT, but he responded more to like AEW style of booking, I think, a little bit more once he got Raw and SmackDown. But like all of that detail work is kind of gone now.
There's no detail.
You know, and you're seeing just how kind of... I know wrestling by its nature needs to change on the fly, but like all of that fucking like Seth Rollins vision stuff was an absolute mess. Theory turning up now after they planted the seeds for him coming back as a face maybe against... Grayson Waller's been working a feud against Theory like since Theory left, and now it's like, oh no, he's
over here now. Yeah.
And he's going to be stuck with the New Day, who they don't seem to care about either.
But like, again, I know I hate Rollins or whatever, and everyone knows it, and but just the very fact that he won that match at WrestleMania was the biggest. Who gives a shit? I
think it's right that he won it because he needed that guy is flatlining. If we were going to have any,
he's still flatlining after.
If we were going to have a category of like wrestlers who really need just to change the scenery, I think Seth Rollins in AEW would make a ton of sense.
Don't want to see it.
He is fucking exhausted in WWE.
Keep him away from the weekly TV that I watch.
Who else is exhausted in WWE? One person I thought this year who got a really nice fresh coat of paint that I wasn't expecting is Charlotte Flair. She's not...
Wait, Alexa?
Yeah, she's not setting the world on fire at the moment, but I think she's actually...
She's doing something different than what she did before.
She's doing something different.
She just did the same thing for about 7 years.
Yeah, whereas, like her contemporaries in terms of the Four Horsewomen, like Mercedes, Bayley, Becky... even this year, they were all evolving, and Charlotte was very slow to the uptake.
Spinning her wheels as well, though. Like they give her that gimmick of split personality.
In terms of female wrestlers, you need to change the scenery. I think
Bayley's number one on my
Bayley
list.
to AEW would be significant. I think.
Yeah. The thing about Bayley is like she's now in a position where we're going to use you as to put over the up and comers, so that when they get to Becky and these people,
she just put over what's her name,
Sol Ruca,
Sol Ruca,
like she's just like veteran enhancement talent. That's all she is now.
She's in kind of AJ Styles-esque spot.
Yes, yeah.
Well, it was telling to me that, and other people seem to agree on her John Cena kind of retirement thing, that Saturday night's main event was probably the most refreshing event that WWE have produced, and
It's like, we're going to resurrect this 40-year-old show, and it's going to feel so fresh.
but, like,
in fairness, it has been a really
the
good
thing
shot
about it
there.
is they killed it and then they had to resurrect it again.
yeah, but they brought away like the actual show that's just gone. People would be like, that's one of the better shows that they've done all year.
Yeah.
It was really good.
But
it was.
also the booker got booed at the finish and had the rival company chanted at him.
But like,
and also people chanted, "We want Vince."
As it ever was.
but it's because it was fresh.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we're taking a chance here. We're putting Cody with Obafemi. We're putting Sol Ruka with
And
Bailey.
giving you a non-finish
Yeah,
with
but
Drew.
We're giving in a non-WWE
It was still a
talent.
fucking non-finish, and then it was also like
with Drew again.
the whole card was apparently Cena mandated. So like,
It was
fair play
Triple
to
H.
him.
Yeah, it was Cena. It was Cena had said, "Let's get these NXT
We would've
guys
got
on."
fun.
I came in against the big top guy in
Yeah.
Kurt Angle. Let's do
So
that
he-
with everyone.
Would if he didn't mandate that, as John said, to steal John's lovely word of mandate, would we have just got
So what we're doing right now, all three of us, for
Bronson
mandate.
Reed and
Or
LA
Amanda.
Knights, and
Yeah.
you'd had the same matches.
We'd have
ad
seen,
nauseam.
and that's what the company is. It's the same shit ad fucking nauseum.
Like, what the fuck is Sammy doing now? Is he injured now?
Sammy, I felt, was gearing up for what will be a Royal Rumble win, and
That's definitely not happening
I
anymore.
don't feel like it is.
No.
I don't know why he's
They
doing it
teased
anymore.
that in the summer, but that they're gone so far away from that.
But
He's
it's
got
just
cold.
like the Cena thing dominating.
Massive mistake.
It was so.
Who has come out, right? We're 12 months on from last December. Who in that company is in a better position, not in terms of on the card, right, but in terms of fan perception than they were 12 months ago?
Maybe Gunther.
No, he's
And
in a
that's-
worse position.
That's only recently.
I think he's in a worse position.
He's
12 months ago,
He literally
before
just
he lost to
he
Drew.
literally just retired John Cena.
No, that-
he just made John Cena tap out.
I'm talking
Come
about fan
on.
perception. Who's seen as a bigger star? He had.
I think Gunter's a bigger star. Gunter's a bigger star now.
I'm not entirely
Gunter.
convinced by Gunter. I would have said I think he's kind of stabilised. I feel or
I think he might be
plateaued
in
a
the
little
same
bit.
plateau. Yeah,
He went down like
they
a
had him
lot.
tap out. He went down massively, and
I feel they got
he's
they got Bronson Reed hooping there for a while, and they're starting to get Braun Breaker hooping. Those two boys are starting to hoop.
They're hooping.
They're hooping.
They're alley hooping.
Who else? Who's in a better position?
Well, we can't just say names and you go, who else?
No, I'm asking like.
Maxine Dupree.
No, okay.
Maxine Dupree facts.
Okay, yeah, I like that one. I think the Cena thing, and giving so much energy, emphasis, and focus to that, has actually almost decimated the top of the card in terms of fan perception. Cody's way colder than he was. Drew was like super hot last year.
Yeah, I feel like Cody is maybe. It's starting to feel like the
End of AEW days.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's not at that point.
It's not at that point, but I think
There's
that
a
they
top-
are probably thinking of like, if the Cody heel turn happens, who's it going to happen
but
against?
they fucked him with the Cena finish at Mania, and he hasn't reclaimed what he had
He's
before.
looked like too much of a lame duck at times.
Yeah.
I mean, that fit like they redeemed it with the SummerSlam match. Cena and Cody at
This
SummerSlam
was a really good
really
match,
really
yeah.
good.
But
Why
I
could
don't
that have
think-
been
Is
WrestleMania?
there something to be said for bringing back like the kind of Hogan method of building up a monster, getting overtaken by the good guy? Because it just seems like it's a constant cycle of the same people always going over. Like, remember when Earthquake got brought up, and then he kind of disappeared from the world title scene, and then they'd have the next guy like King Kong Bundy. By WrestleMania 3, he's in a match with Little People. You know what I mean? But he was the headliner for
great
WrestleMania
match with
2.
Little People,
It
I'll
was
have-
great. Hillbilly Jim and all that. But what I'm saying is, bringing in guys, building them up, and then, all right, now we fed you now to.
That was much easier in like territory adjacent days.
Yeah.
I mean, I know like
They kind of tried to do it before, like 2009. Remember Vladimir Kozlov got a
But
push.
see, then you could look at a territory and say, Jesus, King Kong Bundy's drawn well with this guy down there. bring him in to do a heel program with Hogan for
But like,
4
look at
months.
Khali. Remember when he came in? He kind of gets inserted into a big feud for a while. Then he's.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that was very entertaining, but I'm saying
it was,
the,
what's the opposite of entertaining?
the actual.
It was
someone
fucking
was telling me.
abysmal.
Remember when the Great Khali like crushed Rey Mysterio's head and the blood was coming out, and they remember that from their childhood. So like, bring it in like a big monster.
I'm sorry that was your childhood.
Yeah, but
Your
bring,
childhood was ruined.
We had Stone Cold Steve Austin. You had Great Khali. I'm very sorry.
Khali would have been really effective if all of his run was just like, 3 to
year.
6 months.
Yeah.
and he wasn't dancing after a while.
Yeah.
But even his like top line run was way too long. Him as a heavyweight main eventer, it went on way too fucking long.
He was in the Punjabi prison match was it Randy Orton? One of the worst matches I've ever seen.
But like for what I'm trying to get at is WWE for like such a massive roster size, nearly everyone feels quite stale.
So stagnant.
And you're
It's mental how many people feel stagnant.
Yeah.
and it like they have so much time to develop all these stories.
They've got 5 hours a week.
but they're spending too much time fucking
Plus
doing
27
trying to
pay-per-views,
sell
PLEs,
shit, doing
yeah.
ad breaks.
Conversely, what I will say is that I would think that the majority of people that they've anointed as like the stars of tomorrow, the next generation of WrestleMania headliners, all of those people seem to be cooking. And I think that's
Jacob
a marathon.
Fatu.
Jacob
I know
Fatu,
he's out injured,
I know he's out injured, and he kind of gone off the boil. But I think he's going to be very easily heated up. Dominic Mysterio.
Here's the thing now.
Brock Breaker,
I'm
Bronson
going to
Reed.
sound like anti
Ludwig
WWE.
Kaiser,
Reed is
Ludwig
old
Kaiser
enough.
as well too.
Bronson
degree.
Reed's 38.
Yeah,
Bronson Reed's 38.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking hell. Okay, he's like a reverse John Tenta.
Gunter's younger than him, isn't he?
They're about the same age.
Yeah.
It'll be months in between. I
Yeah.
think they're the same age.
Were they friends growing up?
No.
Are their families friends?
No, different parts of the world. Different continents, in
Were
fact.
they pen pals? Was there some kind of exchange
They were
program
actually. They did.
back in the 90s?
Austria to Australia, because they're the same
exactly.
country, really. Austria. and
Good eye,
Australia.
mate.
The two boys writing each other
Yeah,
letters
from
for
Austria.
years.
Yeah.
But like, Gunter's coming onto the world title scene. That
Just
took- that
fucking
took-
belt them up and let them run
that
wide
took-
for you.
Yeah, like why not take that? Like I was looking back on Yokozuna. He debuts in like October '92.
Okay. So
Wins the Royal Rumble and
Okay.
then main events WrestleMania.
Against Brett and Hogan.
imagine then a year later that Yokozuna gets choked out absolutely fucking clean as a whistle by Tatanka.
But no, I'm saying that.
That's what happened.
He is ruined. Like I don't know how. Like in fairness, they had to probably feed Gunter a couple of like
Goldberg and
They had
Cena.
to go feed him Goldberg, feed him Cena, let him finish his careers.
Yeah.
It feels like
AJ.
if there's any long term planning, and if I was booking to be doing this. And I'm sure because Triple H loves to riff off like fucking Marvel and Game of Thrones and stuff anyway, but they're going to do some kind of fucking Thanos Infinity Gauntlet thing with Gunter where he's picking off
Like,
a load of legends.
I genuinely think, right, the only thing to do now after the Cena thing, strike while the iron's hot, have Gunter win the Rumble, beat Cody at WrestleMania, and then you can do...
Beats AJ, beats Brock, retires the two of them.
Yeah.
But here's the crucial
Just,
thing.
just go all in.
Saudi Arabia up against the Undertaker.
Retires him
Okay,
again.
so having come through a year of WWE and watching it, like on the note of what we're talking about, like what are the matches that really generate excitement? Because you talked about Cody and Gunter there. I was really shocked last year that they just gave that match away for free
In
with
Saudi?
no real build.
Was it in Saudi
on
or
a Saudi,
something?
on a Saudi
Yeah.
show for that stupid crown jewel belt?
yeah.
And
I was like, why
Gunter
are you
lost,
doing
and I
this?
was like, these two have never had a one-on-one. This is a
What are you
WrestleMania
doing
main
here?
event.
Yeah.
It is the American hero babyface against the biggest foreign menace heel
Yeah, that you've had in
of this
25
of
years.
this
I
generation.
kind of liked it though because it showed a bit of a chink in Gunter's armor.
But why are we showing chinks in Gunter's armour until he
like he-
The way
Until he's main event
I didn't have a
WrestleMania.
like the way Sami Zayn bet him was so fucking logical and fed into both men's histories in so many ways. I didn't really see that in the Jey Uso finish.
Jey Uso
like,
can't tell us-
Jey
Yeah.
Uso finishes.
Jey Uso could have, and it would have made no difference to either. Well, it would have made no difference to either man. I think if Gunter was beaten by a roll up in that match, an opportunistic roll up.
Yeah.
The fact that Jey
tapped him out.
tapped him the fuck out. Anyway,
And if Jay bet him with the roll up, then you constantly had those question marks of Jay throughout his tenure,
Yeah.
which makes him more compelling and more dynamic. Where
He tapped
like
out
you,
Gunter.
yeah, like you got a lucky roll up. No, it's not lucky. I'm going to have to prove it. But no, he tapped out Gunter.
Yeah, but they just wanted to get to the Yeet.
What's been the high spots of WWE? The triple threat match, obviously. WrestleMania.
Io Sky and Rhea Ripley.
Io and Rio have been. Io
and Rio.
Io, Rhea.
Io Sky, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Dominic.
Yes.
Dominic's been great this
No,
year.
but the Cena thing was shit.
Yeah.
I thought Becky Lynch as Intercontinental Champion was. Becky Lynch is my female wrestler of the year. I don't know she's doing obviously. Yeah,
I don't even have her top 4. I'm probably not top 5.
No, I just think in terms
Tony
of
Storm, no?
not this year. No,
I don't
No,
have. I
but
don't
she's
have.
she's up there.
I don't have
Mercedes.
Becky top
I
5.
think what Becky has done with it, like the idea of, which is not common in mainstream pro wrestling, the idea of a women's secondary title, and I think Becky really set a standard for what that could be done.
I think she did
so
good-
much
good shit
entertaining
with it.
character work.
She got so much shit, though, for that Lyra match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think she's had great matches as well. I just think she's
like
such
her
a
character
perfect
now.
veteran
I'm
star
not a big
now.
fan of her character now.
I like that.
I
it
prefer
pops me
it
so
over the
much.
summer.
Doing the vlogs and all
I
that.
find it so funny. I know
Yeah.
she's taken a little bit like Chelsea Green's Karen-ness, but not in a way I think that kind of like
I think
introduces
Chelsea
him.
Green is great. as
She's
well.
great as well.
Chelsea's been fantastic, and she's someone who really
I
needs
think
a main
like
event push.
the actual, not even female, the wrestler of the year in WWE is Io Sky.
Yeah,
She's just
Consistently good matches.
Yeah.
consistently great
now,
matches.
and there's an argument for her to be women's wrestler of the year overall, except WWE just booked her like shit for 2 months after she won the triple threat. And then they did the non-finish at Evolution, the finish where Naomi cashes in. Like, that was actually that Rhea and Io match in the main event at Evolution, I think it was Evolution, that was trending to be an undeniable 5-star match. And then they did the Naomi
Naomi
cash
had a
in.
good fucking.
She did a little good
I'd
run there.
love
And
the
congratulations
great
on
heel
the
run.
Yeah.
Naomi had a fucking fantastic year. It's such a pity she was out when she was, but I hope the momentum
Such
she
a
had
pity
built.
she fulfilled a lifelong dream to have a child.
I feel so bad for her that she
That she's having a child with the
she's
man
having a
she
child.
loves.
What are the things to take from WWE in 2025? The Killer Cross, Karrion Cross.
Oh yeah,
Like
R-Truth.
Like there
Ron Killings.
did seem to be some stories that had a bit of spark.
I was excited for Ron Killings, and then they just summer of punked it again.
Yeah, the summer of punked. They just gave it to
So, you
someone.
know, it's okay,
Here's a
just-
4-minute match.
Just yeah. Oh man, that was terrible.
Like there is so much potential there. Like the way it's six, you
I
mentioned
was just
them.
gonna say the way it's 6. I was like, that started off so strong, and then it really meandered, and now it's like, what the fuck are we doing? And there's occasional glimpses of something really interesting there, but I just don't think like they had such a clear mission. Like, if you compare,
What is their mission though?
like as a like in terms of two factions, Death Riders and a fucking Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six came in with such an ironclad motivation in terms of they were going to go for people who had betrayed others and who had kind of by proxy have betrayed themselves. That was kind of the logic that was
Shag
driving.
Gable was
Now,
the first.
yeah, now it's like, and now it's petered into this kind of, again, it's like with the original Wyatt family, it's like spooky effect.
We're some spooky
and it's like,
people.
okay, like you pitch this as psychological warfare, but now it's like lights off,
Yeah.
spooky interruptions. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't-
Whereas the Death Riders started off pretty rockily with like no real clean.
They tried to communicate some form of
Yeah.
mission statement that nobody understood. Because I don't think they understood.
I don't think they had something that was like potentially strong, but it was really kind of vague.
yeah, it hadn't been fully fleshed out.
And I think the logic of it probably would have been good if they were like every kind of AEW OG who has not stepped up to the plate.
Yeah.
We're coming after you.
Yeah,
And
we're coming after
we
the
are
Orange
basically going to
Cassidys, the
build a
Garcias.
barrier. We're going
Yeah.
to build a barrier around as many titles as possible.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to get through us. And we wrestle a particular way in a particular style.
And you're going to have to fight us.
And it's going to have to make you better.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But then immediately they plug it into a feud with Adam Copeland, who is not the person.
It totally,
Now,
like,
I was game ball for a Mox Cope feud.
I have no interest.
Just two guys that I've always enjoyed who I've never really interacted.
Well, I know, I would have liked to have seen them have a feud, but not under the circumstances.
It got
I
the
wish
Death
they did.
Riders off to such a rocky start, and then it took them ages to really kind of
Define what they were
find
doing.
what that group was and the mission statement of it. And I think everybody thought that after All In, it was going to be kind of null and void. But what they've done in the last 6 or so months,
How they've rescued it is
and
actually
how they've realigned that group, brought a new membership, they're telling multiple really interesting stories with it.
up and down the card.
Like, I feel like that group, I've always had a bit of a graw for this AEW version of an NWO type thing, and I feel like the Death Riders is actually very slowly and quietly morphing into that kind of an ideal. And it's going to be really interesting to see where the betrayals.
When they kill Mox.
Because when they fucking got rid of Danielson, they red weddinged him.
Yeah. Oh, Mox
And
is
it
getting...
set such a precedent.
Mox is getting red wedding.
And I think
Make no mistake about it.
But it's so exciting because we can see these things maybe coming down the line.
Yeah.
And then there's so many other potential power battles, other people who could come in. You know,
Just hearing your excitement talking about it as well, it kind of goes to show like you're really enjoying the product. Whereas like
I have some issues.
WWE, we're looking
MJF.
back and going like, oh, what could have been? Whereas you're kind of like proper speculating, doing fantasy booking based, based on like what's actually happening.
Sorry, can I throw in one? But just to keep on track, I just want to say one bit of fantasy booking as well, because I tried to get to it. We're talking about Rhea and Io, but I hope they do a Batista, a Rey Mysterio turn with the two of them at some point.
I'd like that.
Where when Rhea turns heel and just like picks her up and
just
when she's on a stretcher and fucking breaks her off something.
She could do that.
Anyway.
Well, look, that should be like what I really want from Rhea and Io is that they get to have their match at WrestleMania that they were having before the cash in at Evolution, because that was up to that point one of the best matches of the year. It was brilliant. Like,
why is the WWE match of the year? Is it?
It's the women's triple threat from WrestleMania.
That was just like
There's not. I don't think there's nothing else close.
I don't think there is anything else close. I should have gone on last.
It should have gone on that.
It should have gone on last. It was everything the triple threat between Becky and Ronda and Charlotte, which was the first. It should have been. And unfortunately, it didn't get there. And then see this opening, and then that shit show we got at the end.
Yeah,
fuck me.
It should have.
There's nothing else close on that card or on that in that year that comes close to that. Is that for you? Like any other matches that stick out?
WWE, no. I've watched every pay-per-view.
I like Cena and Cody. I thought it went on a bit long.
I liked Cena and Cody, but it wasn't in the same
I don't give a
class
fuck.
as the
I
women's
fucking
triple threat.
loved Gunter and Goldberg. I fucking loved it.
That was good too.
I liked
Gunter and Cena.
Gunter and Cena as well. You know, but they weren't in the same class of the Io, Rhea,
What was
fucking...
Cena and Lesnar?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lesnar's comeback.
Here's a bold prediction from me for 2026 WWE. They're not going to remove Triple H, but there will be some sort of public announcement of someone like, I don't know, maybe Bruce, maybe Heyman or someone like that as becoming, I don't know, executive vice president of content creation. You know?
And usurping Triple H.
Not usurping him, but there'll be like a public announcement, and it'll be very clear from reality that Triple H is actually stepping away, but he's keeping the title, and he's going to be hanging around with Trump and RF Kennedy Jr. doing the fitness thing, which I find is hilarious because the man's heart exploded in his 50s from taking steroids, and he's on the fitness committee of the White House. But
maybe he doesn't need the stress. I don't know, but like fuck him as well. Another thing that really tarnished his rep this year as well was that dumbass fucking Unreal show that nobody wanted to see. Nobody seemed to enjoy.
That was all about him.
It was so dumb.
Takes the credit for everything.
You know, but it's done to wrestling fans.
It's what we do.
Like,
what they should have fucking done.
Like,
I mean,
Netflix, like people who don't know what wrestling is find that intriguing.
Coming into this new like Netflix era, they should have really I think what people really want is like re-accelerate fucking kayfabe, like push into fucking neo kayfabe, like. Put that shit online. Let people put up their videos and have their feuds online. But you know what? There's a lot of wrestlers who still do it. MJF as an example. But like, you know, like actually fucking instead of like pulling the curtain back, actually try and re-enhance the mystery and use that to really.
I think,
but they're pulling
accelerate the stories.
They're pulling the curtain back to another scripted show.
It's not reality.
Yeah, it's not reality.
It's turn into a fucking Charlie Kaufman film at one point. You're going to be just looking at this Russian doll. Of like stories within stories.
That's so wrestling used to be what people think was real, and then they revealed it was fake. So now people are looking at Unreal thinking it's real. But that's actually what wrestling used to be. That's where we are. That's the fucking. That's the work now.
I think the problem. And what made Unreal so shit was that it was so transparently a vehicle for Triple H's ego. It wasn't.
I will say,
make Vince look like a bitch.
I will say that, like where we're at right now at the end of this year, the main event feud for the World Heavyweight title, I will say, in terms of current booking, you've had the world champion go to the challenger. Your father is dumb as fuck. Your uncle is dumb as fuck. You're as dumb as fuck. You're just a dumb fuck family. And then the challenger is going, after I beat you, I am absolutely going to fuck your wife. Like, that is a good place to get in terms of heat for a champion and a challenger.
It still feels crap, though.
What are we talking about?
CM Punk and Braun Breaker.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So like at the end of the year, it was lovely. I did really enjoy that the two segments going back and forth because I felt like we're having two fucking guys who are just screaming the most hurtful shit. The most threatening shit at each other.
Yeah,
and like trying to activate some fucking heat that has been lacking for so long. Everything's all been about like mind games and can
we get some hatred again?
It's set Rollins really injured and he's like faking and it's all this.
I'm dropping
It's all
crutches
Triple H's like bullshit, cerebral assassin stuff, which was always just really convoluted and fuzzy. And sometimes you just need a guy going, after I beat you, I'm gonna fucking ride your missus. I'm gonna take her away.
Fuck your wife.
I fucking hate you. And you know what? Your father's a fucking dumb prick.
Your uncles, your whole family are
That's what this business is built
like,
on.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
So I do feel I don't know if that's just CM Punk getting a little bit of the reins of his program with this young guy and Heyman's in there.
Here, actually. Don't mind what them lads
Don't
are
mind
telling
what they're saying.
Let's just
don't do the
fucking
unreligion.
yeah.
But it does feel like it's generated.
Triple H is like they're going. What if we get another bracelet?
Yeah. They're dangling friendship bracelets.
Yeah, Taylor Swift has bracelets.
We can put your
Braun,
wife's
take
name
the
on the
bracelet off him.
Don't be shitting on the bracelets. There's nothing wrong with the bracelets because that feud was hot, and actually the feud was so hot that the bracelets, ropey as that was as a creative choice,
let's be fair.
didn't
The
nuke
feud
the
was
fucking angle.
saved by the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, okay, grand, fair enough.
Because, like, they told good stories, but fuck the bracelet and fuck the stupid touch the four corners with the fucking
All
dog
I'm
collar
saying
match.
is, I think it's promising that WWE, like one of the world title feuds, it feels a little bit hot going
Yeah,
into
but the other one,
the Netflix
I got
television.
fucking...
Oh my god, like
He liked this.
But this is the thing, Cody.
This B-movie
The
shit.
video with
Drew and Aldis and Cody.
It made sense.
I hate it.
It's
so
good.
much.
Like Nick Aldis brings a camera crew to go and speak to Drew. So
I actually
everything
haven't seen it yet, but like,
So
it
everything-
sounds like the kind of thing I would enjoy.
It wasn't
so
like
outside of my remit.
yeah, but it wasn't like Roman and Cody meeting in the middle of a fucking stadium.
That was the worst thing I've ever
That was
seen.
so
That's
bad.
the worst thing you've ever seen.
no,
I've
but-
seen worse, but
Yeah.
that was bad.
This one seemed a bit more kind of like guerrilla shooting.
I
and
watch
stuff.
YouTube movies made by Irish guys up the country at like 3 o'clock in the
I
morning.
love that shit.
Yeah, like that's
They're great.
That's worse than the Cody.
Like I was looking at
Cody
some,
has had such a fucking cold year. It's
bad.
bad. Like post Kevin Owens, it fell
Yeah.
apart.
And like, look,
I don't like this whole like podcast. I hate the podcast.
John Cena had his retirement year, and it was crap.
Yeah.
There were some
That's not-
good spots.
That's
I
not
will say,
on
Morrow.
us, but it is irresponsible of us.
What were the
to
good
come
spots? The heel turn
for an
The
hour.
initial heel turn was solid.
was amazing.
Yeah. I enjoyed his short program with Punk.
I'd hate that.
Shit, it was 3 weeks.
Okay, I enjoyed.
You're so positive. You're so positive.
So it emasculated CM Punk.
I enjoyed his Dominic program.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that either.
All right, fuck
He
it.
got kicked in the nuts.
I'm maxed out.
He
Carry
got
on.
kicked in the nuts by Liv Morgan at the end. People were booing Triple H because he tapped out to Gunter and objectively the correct finish. But nobody booed Triple H when he got kicked by Liv Morgan in the nuts. That was the more egregious
But that's
finish.
but that's as you mentioned on All Night Morrow. That's the fans now that they've cultivated.
They've
they're
done it
not.
to
They're not
themselves.
there to follow story. They're there to
pop for moments.
for comeback, like big returns, fucking
Debuts.
big turns, debuts, music. Like that's all they're there for.
Yeah.
They don't really give a fuck. Like the people are paying
$6.
$6.
Smile and a tap out is not within their lexicon of fucking pro wrestling. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like if you're going to a fucking comedian gig, a comedy gig, and you just want him to say the shit that you've seen him say in a previous show because you're like, oh, I know.
He did the joke.
He did the machine joke. Why you go to a Burt Kreischer gig, bro?
That's not how sports sports entertainment is supposed to be
I
portrayed.
know, but
and I
that's
like
what it's
that.
become.
That's what their version of it is, though.
That's just people being fucking contrarian for no good reason.
So-
Like it's
so-
I think they've
the-
cultivated that fan base, though.
But it's also going like it's that thing where people get angry with fucking writers of TV shows and films as well.
Oh, yeah, that pisses
like
me off too.
the whole bullshit with the last Star Wars trilogy as well. It's people going, okay, you didn't write the thing that I had in my head or I wanted in my head.
It wasn't
it's
it
wrong.
wasn't fan service.
And sometimes, yeah, those people do fuck things up. Like we saw that with Game of Thrones. They completely bundle fucking by the end of a run. It can happen with same with wrestling booking. People can really fuck a thing that was good.
Yeah, but it's when people don't make the storytelling the main point of it. When they try and make the moments the main point of it. Like, we've seen it with Marvel where they're trying to make nostalgia the big thing now, when they're bringing back this person and bringing back that person. They're not actually trying to tell this fucking great story anymore.
Yeah.
They're
Like,
trying to...
What am I supposed to care about?
They're trying to give pops.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Yeah. And it's great when you can do that and tell a good story, but the main...
It has to be both.
The main thing should be, let's tell a good fucking story first.
What was your...
Instead of going, let's tell a story, then... Like, not put much effort into it. Why? Because Brock Lesnar's coming back at the end of it, or something like that.
This is the thing, and also, like, having to course correct on stories because the things that go wrong is not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it can lead to wonderful things if you are creative and you use your talent creatively. Case in point, one thing I loved this year, you're absolutely going to shit all over this. I loved El Grande Americano.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it either.
I didn't hate it.
I had a great time with that. Now it's got, it's gone a little bit fucking.
Why? Because they're putting them on NXT and fucking AAA. Put him on your main show. He's doing good shit.
Chad Gable is like that. Like, he is having the time of his life with that. Everybody is loving that. He gets out injured, and then Kaiser comes in and fucking big Spanish keeps the thing completely afloat and keeps it afloat in a way that presents so many potential storyline options
and gets bait and done back into the ring as well.
The match right now, coming into this WrestleMania, the match that I'm looking at down the line that I'm most excited about in terms of those matches, I'm going, I think this might be on. Grande Americano against Chad Gable is the only match where I'm going, that's one I'm looking forward to.
Can they do Grande versus Grande?
They could do Grande versus Grande.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Grande Negro.
El Grande. Oh, please give us an El Grande Negro. That would be fantastic.
They do like 4 Grandes in there.
Have a fucking Survivor Series match with 8 Grandes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money,
well, I don't trust them to pull 8 out.
Grande in the bank.
That's just because it's entertaining and everybody who's involved in it is giving it socks.
They've
and it feels so
committed to the
engaged.
bit, John.
They've committed so hard to the bit.
Yeah.
And it's gone down a fucking storm
That's
in Mexico.
all I can ask for.
Like, the Mexicans love it.
When he shows up in Triple H, the place goes wild.
Triple A.
He showed up in Triple H.
He showed up in Triple H.
Dude, when he shows up in Triple H.
Is that how he got the spot?
That's how he got the spot. Yeah.
But that's a fun story that they've told and they've given time to.
And it shows that they can write a story well when presented with the obstacles of injuries.
Whereas, like they said, the Cena heel turn, while an amazing moment, never really there was no fucking
this
like,
fucking
thought
Travis
process.
Scott fucking Dosser, this wastrel, this fucking vagabond.
Yeah.
But the Rock
Who
shit.
they're going like, we're going to build a load of big tag team matches around him, and they give a WrestleMania main event to a guy who flakes out on his first day of fucking training.
He's just like that. But like,
Jelly roll.
honestly, I don't know how they didn't know that in advance.
I think Bad Bunny has them boys spoiled.
Yeah.
They just go
And Logan Paul,
They just go,
to be fair.
they go, oh, fucking Elton John wants to do a match. We get Elton John will rock in there when he'll do a 20-minute
what do you
fucking
make-
tag.
They're not all
No,
gonna
he
work
won't.
hard.
What do you make a jelly roll?
I thought he did.
fine. He was
you know
fine.
what I mean? I thought he did a nice. It was a nice touch that he
And he respected the business.
He respected the business and the fact that he was the one who's going, I don't think, celebrities always win, and I think I should lose.
I'm not going to lose
And
that.
Triple H is like, oh, you think?
okay.
It's what we do.
It's what we do.
It's what we do. So WWE net positive, net negative for 2025.
They had a bad year. They had the worst year they've had, I think, probably since 21.
2019.
WWE Wrestler of
It's
the
not
Year.
as bad as 2020. This year, I don't think it was nowhere near as bad as 2020 or even 21 to an extent.
Who's your WWE Wrestler of the Year?
Io Sky.
Becky
Easy.
Lynch.
Dom.
Fair.
I'd go with Dom.
I don't like John's pick, but I like your pick.
I like my pick.
I think Dom had a great year.
Yeah,
with,
Dom-
the
Dom is very
Triple H
compelling.
Championship.
Yeah,
The Intercontinental title run has been very fun. Some creative finishes and that. I love the finish where he was ringing the bell to make Rusev think.
Now, I liked the idea. I didn't like how Rusev and Alistair sold it.
No, it was Penta.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't like how they sold it.
In terms of like a moment of the years, they're a moment for you. I think the John Cena heel turn for me. The initial.
Do you mean in WWE?
Yeah, just WWE. We'll get onto AEW now.
Hogan's death.
As a moment on the television?
no.
Do you mean like the 10 bell salute? Was that?
No, I'm joking. Moment of the year in WWE. Fuck.
John Cena's heel.
I gotta say, I am haunted by that ref botch count that happened with
Blake Monroe.
Tiffany. No, not even that one. The Tiffany. At least that one was a clean 3 count.
Yeah.
The Tiffany Stratton, fucking Nia Jax.
Yeah.
That clusterfuck really. It bothered me.
Yeah. That's Jesus. moment of the year.
That was a negative thing. I should come up with a positive thing. I'm supposed to be the positive counterpart tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think of a positive moment. I'm genuinely
Something that
Well, that I popped
forget the follow up. Like,
to be honest, I thought the Cena Gunter match was the thing I enjoyed the most. I
did enjoy it. I think I really did enjoy Gunter Goldberg, and I enjoyed the build to Gunter Goldberg.
okay,
I'll go Cena.
I think I'm happier
Cena
with
Gunter.
that match than Bill Goldberg is.
AEW's year as a whole, they've kind of flipped the script in terms of
Why
2024.
does this always happen?
Why
One
can't we just
company-
have two hot companies?
Lads, this is the thing though. This is the joy of AEW and WWE the last couple of years. Like WCW and WWE, it really felt like there was one side that was properly like fighting a war,
Yeah.
and another side who were just
Give it.
completely irresponsible.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
that's WCW, by the way. WCW completely like they just were not. They got
They
their
were flippant.
They got their 87 fucking weeks or 83 weeks, 82 weeks. I should know this because
83.
he never fucks up about
Yeah.
it. But like they had that run and then they didn't do anything to future proof whatsoever. What we're saying with AEW and WWE was this kind of back and forward, and you can see the counter strategy. And I feel like the way Tony Khan has, particularly with the depth of his talent roster, he has planted fucking a couple of rounds of headliners.
He has 10 years of headliners
I think
there.
he's got 10 years of headliners.
Ricochet over. It does seem
As a
like
heel.
it
And
does.
that's why he's really
As a heel.
That's why he's doing such a good job. I think more so than WWE are of maximizing the veterans. And like I will put, like I know Cope didn't have the best of year, but he also had some really good stuff. Christian Cage is still on one of the hottest runs of his fucking of his entire career, and Samoa Joe again. He's back as the world champion. And you're going, this isn't because he's older, they're out of ideas.
And it
It's
doesn't
because
feel
they're
wrong.
they are maximizing, like they did with Danielson last year. They're maximizing one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I thought
And they're going to use that to get a lot of other people over.
I thought the ops initially were shit. Like, but
It's really kicked into a gear.
Yeah.
like
yeah.
it,
They found
it
something.
feels like AEW now, albeit I don't watch it as much as I used to because I think it's so funny where their pay-per-views are too long, but WWE's pay-per-views are like too short.
Empty.
Or
There's too
or too
empty.
many matches against.
Fucking hollow.
Too hollow.
But
Yeah.
the
AEW's
It-
like a bag of chips from Joe's.
it feels like
never
A-
ending.
It's never ending.
It's a storm
You're
of
happy,
chips.
but you got way too much.
AEW feels like WWF during the Attitude Era, where they're promoting the younger guys.
Yeah.
They're creating new characters, new stars. Whereas WWE feels like WCW, where it's the same fucking main event scene all the time, and
think
no
what-
one's really breaking that. What did
Glass
Jericho call
ceiling.
it? The Indian caste system.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I just think, not just because it's going on at the moment, but I think one of the biggest bonuses that they've really had for their roster has been the Continental Classic, because you see so many different stories interweaving, and also I was really like, even that Kyle Fletcher Pac match there, I was like,
Awesome.
who's going to win there? And then with Pac, you go, yeah, he's a kind of main event, just maybe just
Teetering.
bubbling underneath,
Yeah,
teetering
yeah.
But like,
type talent, and he probably should win that. So I feel like, and then you got all these surprise wins that come out of nowhere.
Yeah, but that's the good thing about the Continental Classic. It forces you to make a decision. Whereas WWE never really seemed to make the decision.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, even with Obafemi and Cody Rhodes the other night, I was going like,
make a decision.
Make a fucking call here, lads.
Just have Cody win. What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Like, why
Yeah.
can't...
And then
what happened?
Obafemi goes, oh, maybe I'm not ready for the main
what
roster
else?
I
yet.
go back to
But who-
developmental
but
for 6
who
months
wins
and then
from
come back better.
But who wins from that draw? Like, Cody gets bundled out of the ring. Drew sneaks up, fucking claymores him. Cody gets counted out. Oba gets the visual of a count out win over the champion.
But doesn't want
And
it.
doesn't want to celebrate.
And now-
doesn't want to celebrate. Then you got that, and you have a winner, you have a loser.
Yeah.
Cody hasn't been harmed. Obafemi's been elevated to a degree, and then you've got a ready-made story in your back pocket for a year down the line, 2 years down the line.
Obafemi and Drew as well going, you took my fucking chance away from me. If they had...
I could have beaten him fair and
Instead,
square.
it was like, oh no, yeah, you've been enjoying this match for 10 minutes, and we fucking were, and then it's like, it's just a draw. It's a no contest.
It was no contest. There wasn't even a
Not
draw.
even
It
a
was
fucking
just
draw.
no
make a fucking
contest.
decision.
Yeah.
Like you can't. Like,
Yeah.
we discussed it on the Art of Losing podcast. Like, you know, if the follow up is
It's like a really slow motion, like way more careful and considered version of Vince McMahon's classic 50-50 booking.
Yeah.
From like
Here's
10
one
years
of my
ago.
low-key favourite AEW moments of the year. Was Fletcher versus Hangman. Did Fletcher lose anything in losing to Hangman for the world title?
No.
While he was TNT champion?
No.
Did it hurt the TNT title?
No, elevated.
It elevated it.
That's a title that's really gotten back on its horse this year.
Because of Kyle Fletcher.
And I think, but I think most of the other people who
And
held
Mark
it actually this
Briscoe.
year. And I think the Dustin Rhodes run, I think, was
Yeah, the Dustin
for
into
what that
Kyle
was
thing.
and how, like, the moment at All In, which is my favorite AEW moment of the year, but how just marking a veteran and actually keeping the prestige of that title up in the air as well, you know.
But I
think it's been really well booked.
in my mind, I think maybe the TNT title is getting back on track, but their World Championship is the one to me that has the prestige.
That does it,
still.
and it
And
has
it's maintained it. It hasn't really lost it.
Whereas the other ones, I don't think
No,
does.
no,
No, but here's the thing: even
the tag.
they
The tag is up and down, you see.
They
I felt
realised-
the tag felt prestigious when Bandito and Brody King were going out putting on pay-per-view classics every month.
I don't even think it did.
Did you?
I didn't
that was
care.
No,
it was always one of the things I
It was
looked
just
forward
that
to the most.
they, particularly as two guys that had been kind of just put together, they would have benefited from backstage stuff. We would have benefited from, in the same way that they did with MJF and Adam Cole. It's like, let's see what these two completely different guys are like
they're-
on the road together.
They did
Remember
some
when,
stuff
when
like
Keith
that,
Lee
though.
and
Just tell
Swerve
some
had the
stories.
title,
That
Swerve
was
and the
cool as
Glory.
shit.
I didn't like. I
Did you not?
I just found it very strange because like the first tag champions was a Hangman and Kenny.
SCU, then Hangman and
Yeah,
Kenny.
and so it went from
FTR.
like SCU to Hangman Kenny, then to FTR, and the
then-
Young Bucks
then
were
the
in there,
Bucks.
but
was
then
Bucks
Swerve
after
and
that,
the
yeah.
Glory, then you're just kind of like, oh no, just leave it like tag team stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I felt like Brodito was just like, oh fuck, we have two really good wrestlers here. Let's just fucking throw them in.
I really enjoyed though their story of how they like found common ground on their like almost political ideology.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Fuck ice stuff.
The fuck ice stuff and all. Yeah. And like the fact that Brody is clearly not Mexican and Bandito clearly is.
Yeah, but he wears a balaclava, so there's a similar kind of like
I'm a bandit.
urban highwayman bandit
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
vibe. So like, I just feel like they were not served well by an opportunity that other people have got a lot to flesh out their characters a little bit more. See what Brody King is when he's not House of Black. See what Bandito is in contrast to a guy who's a big, huge tattooed got.
Yeah.
I think AEW have done tremendously well with their talent acquisitions. Like Mike Bailey, just a breath of fresh
Josh
air.
Alexander,
Fantastic.
Kevin
Knight.
Knight.
Ricochet.
Yeah.
Like when did Ricochet come in? Was it only in the summer?
Ricochet was
summer
last year.
before.
Last year.
Yeah, he debuted in Wembley.
Yeah. But like I'd even go back as far as that because you start to see the fruition of it. Like,
Now it's this year we saw the fruition of Ricochet. Yeah.
So like you look at the talent acquisitions of them, even like I know Mercedes is in it longer, but she still feels fresh.
She feels more fresh now than she did when she showed up
So you
first.
went to the
Mercedes has
Kevin
had a
Knight,
baller
Josh
year.
Alexander, who seems to be
like Hechicero.
yeah. They seem to
He's
be
been fantastic.
They
Fantastic.
seem to be
like,
doing
yeah.
more with those guys. For a while, it seemed like the AEW would bring in the flavor of the week and then they get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem as much anymore.
But now, like,
whereas, like
what
maybe
they've
some of the other
done-
guys are still lost in the shuffle.
But what they've done there with that is by bringing in all these guys who haven't had years of exposure on US television, it makes their whole mid card feel super fresh.
It does, and like it constantly feels like that. I mean, they've unfortunately regressed to too many belts by bringing in the national championship.
No need.
I mean, it's a beautiful looking belt. Like,
Oh, it's fan-
but
yeah.
they're like, oh, it can be defended in any company
They
around
had
the
that
world.
belt
But like
already.
that was the international title.
That was
is
what
the
that
international
was for,
title.
like.
And you know,
Defended in OTT.
Yeah.
it was defended in OTT in the complex. Save the complex, by the way. It was defended in the complex by Pac and
LJ.
and against LJ, and that was cool at the time. It was so novel because you're going to an OTT show.
And it showed on AEW television.
And it was-
On dark.
It was fantastic. Like, see, OTT getting that exposure as well, but also to like legitimize that as a touring title, which they're just like the national title. The international title is that, and then the national title is that. And you're like, what are the parameters of these parameters?
Parameters again.
The parameters of these belts. So they've gotten muddy in that regard again.
I couldn't believe they were announcing another male singles title. I was
Just
like,
like,
what's going on here?
if they're going, like, you know, if we hear women's trios now by the end of the year,
Oh,
we're in fucking trouble.
shoot me.
No shade in the women. Like, I mean, the tag team title has been great. I just mean like
The tournament
the constant
itself was a
surplus
bit of a
all
letdown.
belts.
The tournament was a bit of a letdown because I was that was something I had been looking forward to. Like the AEW haven't had a perfect year. There's been some stretches where, and I think a lot of it was they've been very unlucky with injuries to top line talent.
Yeah, but also like
Not just the style.
No,
though,
but
as well.
I feel like they haven't suffered in the way WWE are, because WWE are seem to be so stuck for fresh matches.
That's
and
because they
AEW
haven't elevated
constantly
people.
manage like AEW throws up so many, even now, first time matches. I can't, like, I genuinely have for years been like, I cannot fucking wait. At some point, they're going to do AEW Samoa Joe Eddie Kingston thing.
Yeah.
And they had a cross paths, and then
And it was fucking deadly.
again, it was a short program. It wasn't run for ages, but I was like,
do that,
finally,
thanks.
we've got Kingston and Joe, and that's two guys who have never interacted in the 3 to 4 years. Eddie's case, fucking 5 or 6 years that they've been in that company. So like, they have a wealth of first-time dream matches, or at least like fresh programs on tap that they can really utilize. And WWE have fuck all in there.
We're getting Swerve versus Kyle Fletcher at some stage next year.
Has that happened as a one-on-one?
Not as a one-on-one. We did Swerve Okada, and then
There's just a lot of those fucking matches. We still haven't got Swerve Kenny either, have we?
no. Like there's so many matches still in the tank. Like
Yeah.
and
Christian MJF is one that I'm fucking going for.
What can
that.
AEW do now to maintain the steam that they've built up?
I think the key thing.
because
Get rid of more titles again, Tony.
Look, that's not going to happen.
brand split.
So no.
Well, actually, can I just make a point on that? One thing that I think they've done really successfully this year that nobody was really expecting, and I've really noticed it creeping in the last week or two when you're reading various publications and wrestling journalists' opinions on the best matches of the year. And for the first time in at least a fucking decade, I was looking at all those lists, and so many matches in those top 10 were Ring of Honor matches. And how Tony Khan has very quietly, low-key, stabilised Ring of Honor and actually got them back in the conversation for cult matches. And the fact that wrestling journalists and magazines at the end of the year
Are recognising it.
are recognising
Well, like
Big shout out to our own Session Moth Martina.
shown up Ring of Honor. Yeah.
but that's like, Martina in Ring of Honor would be fantastic. That's the freshness that they need. I anytime I've watched Ring of Honor, it's actually been really good. My bugbear about Ring of Honor been on AEW TV way too much has kind of softened a little bit, because I
Don't
think
see it
they've
as much
actually
anymore.
it doesn't seem as egregious, and it actually feels like Ring of Honor itself is so much more better.
Do you think you'll get to a stage where you're actively looking forward to a Ring of Honor event?
I've had it twice this year.
I went looking for the last fucking card because I wanted to see it, and I didn't want to join up to Ring of Honor. It's shit that's only on Honor Club. I feel like they should have a TV deal.
Like they were offered one, but Tony turned it down because
TG Carter.
TG Carter, and they couldn't find Irish commentators. Couldn't find Irish
They
commentators.
asked Amanda, did they?
We could have done that. Imagine that Sunday afternoon, Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
TG
let's go.
Carter.
Let's go down and record for Ring of Honor. He turned down a TV deal for it because
on factions in Gobernables.
he turned down a TV deal for it because it was like very low money, and he was just like, if I accept this, that kind of sends the message that I'm willing to accept less.
I actually think if he keeps narrowing the focus and he makes it really exclusive, and you're looking at Ring of Honor as a really rare thing to be able to fucking access, or you have to pay money just through the website, that's the only way you can see it. And they're having like the 5-star matches that everybody's going to match. That's a great approach for a cult promotion.
On my current top 10, I'm trying to make my top 10 for All Elite Morrow, and on my current top 10, and I've watched a shitload of different promotions all year, there's 2 Ring of Honor matches inside my top 10.
That's fantastic.
You have Bandido Takeshita and Bandido Hechicero. Like
unbelievable.
They were matches.
Are AEW missing a beat by letting Takeshita and Okada wrestle in New Japan?
Well, they're not though.
Au contraire. Here's how hot this company is in terms of their ability to book fresh feuds that really feel unlike anything else that you're seeing in wrestling. The fact that you've got 2 Japanese heavyweights having a slow burn, long-term storytelling.
And the crowd cannot wait.
The crowd are fucking really
Like,
amping
just
up for.
please let me see it tonight.
2 Japanese guys doing that in on
American
US
TV.
television.
Yeah.
That
An
is
all
a
Japanese
big
feud.
deal, and I think that is a indicator as to how well Tony Khan has booked his product. But also,
When they finally pull the trigger on that, it's going to be an
Is it
explosion.
not Wrestle Kingdom?
No, sure you have Okada's Tanahashi.
Okada's
Is that not 2 night, no?
No, one night.
I heard Takeshita and
feel
Okada is
we're
going to
get some.
That
kind
was
of,
my prediction earlier in the year.
I feel like they might meet maybe in the finals of the Continental Classic.
I think so.
Okay, sorry, I thought it was going to be on New Japan.
No. I had predicted that before the
I
announcement.
read that somewhere there the other day.
But it's unprecedented that you would see a feud with particularly 2 male wrestlers been carried like that. They've done it with Japanese female wrestlers. Even now with WWE, they don't trust that Io and Asuka, that feud, and Kyrie
without having some American or English speaking influence.
Having Rhea in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Mercedes Moné year was
She's had a banner year.
Unbelievable. Like, she's my...
great to get her in OTT.
Oh, God.
As OTT
It might
World
still
Champ.
happen. I'm like, how far are they going to go with this belt collector thing? Like, it's so entertaining.
I think 2026 is going to be the year where we start to see it fall apart.
You know what I think, and I'm not just saying this for clickbait or anything, but I think that that the whole storyline is definitely better than the Undertaker's streak. Who will take?
Cut that.
All right, we got it.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, our song here's done, boys.
100K, boys.
I think she's my female wrestler of the year, simply because it's the most unique year a female wrestler has ever had.
Yeah.
There's nobody who's done that ever as a main eventer in.
And not even having the top title in the company.
And also just like her character work too, in terms of long-term storytelling, all these belts, which we know that she's going to have to systematically lose, probably.
Yeah.
Her fucking
She
inevitable
already lost to Red Velvet. in Ring of Honor.
Actually crashed out. Her inevitable crash out when all the
It's
belts
going to be
go.
amazing.
Yeah, but
Like, when
is
she
it-
gets beaten for that last belt and she's no belt money.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
There's a bit of a disconnect for me because I really like the story and I really like the storyline. I just don't like her matches.
Oh, I think
I
she's
don't
had
like
some
you.
unreal match. I think she's
I
had some
prefer Tony
unbelievable
Storm
matches.
match. Give
She's
me a
unbelievable.
title.
She's one of the fucking best in the world, and she's
I
one of the
just
best
don't like her
ever
matches.
do
I
it.
don't know
I
what
think
it
she's
is.
had like
There was one match that
7
she had
bangers this year.
Yeah, there was one match she had this year where she did a kick out where she just went like that. I was like, oh, okay, no.
I think, like, honestly, her and
that's part of her character.
I feel like her and Becky this year had two of their all-time strongest runs,
I think
and they
when you
worked
look at-
so hard.
When you look at Rhea
to put over
and you
so
look
many
at
younger
Bianca and you
talents.
look at Io and you look at Asuka and I was like, I much prefer watching them wrestle than I do Mercedes Moné.
I don't know. I don't think
What, Johnny,
Mercedes.
you want a fucking medal?
Yeah,
I don't think
want all her
Mercedes.
belts.
I don't think Mercedes is
Are
technically.
you jealous?
Yeah,
You should beat her in OTT.
Give me the belts.
I don't think Mercedes is technically better than any of the people.
I know. I love her. As
I
Sasha.
do.
One of my favorite matches of all time is Sasha and Bayley.
Bayley, yeah.
It's
I-
just
in
I,
fact,
don't,
like-
I don't know what it is. I haven't connected with her,
I
her
think
matches.
I think Asuka's a top 10 male or female wrestler of the 21st century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how highly I regard her.
I also
but-
think she's better than The Undertaker.
Oh, Asuka and The Undertaker. That's not even fucking close. Asuka's 100
Her
times better
NXT
than
streak.
Undertaker.
The way her streak ended at WrestleMania is a tragedy for ages. Probably the greatest tragedy of streaks ending at WrestleMania.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Asuka's. I'm being 100%.
I do kind of
honest here.
feel that. Well,
Asuka's
well,
better
no.
than Undertaker.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. She's also scarier
100%. And much prettier.
and also hotter.
Yeah, definitely hotter.
Who do you think is wrestler of the year for AEW?
John Moxley.
It's John Moxley, I think.
Mark Briscoe.
Might be Mark Briscoe.
Because he's the person that I've enjoyed watching.
Look,
Every Mark Briscoe,
Mark Briscoe.
match I just love.
Mark Briscoe.
He has this Mick Foley-ness about
That's
him.
the thing. I feel
Yes.
he's going to get, and I feel very kind of bittersweet about this, but I genuinely feel like Mark Briscoe is going to get the
Foley
Mick
run.
Foley run that I really wanted Eddie Kingston to have.
It's going to be Briscoe.
Yeah, but Mark Briscoe can wrestle.
Fuck you. Happy Christmas, Shane. Fuck you.
No, but he had his
Eddie
his
Kingston
matches
can
are so
fucking wrestle.
Yeah, but like the shit.
Briscoe's different.
The
though, I
shit that
think.
Briscoe does, nobody else does this. He utilizes
So-
like the fucking chair to jump over stuff. He'll jump off something true, and he'll actually have compelling storytelling
Shane,
matches.
He made a good stretcher match.
Yeah,
Like his match
Who
with
does
his
that?
match with Ricochet this year as well. It's mental to say it, like, but like Mark Briscoe, you wouldn't have expected maybe from the beginning of the year. He's genuinely bubbling under as a potential main
top
event
guy, yeah.
top guy world
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
this is
like-
with no teeth, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Which is
With like a mad southern accent.
and he's not a
almost.
heel. He's like
Yeah.
he's like such a perfect baby face.
You cannot help but love him.
He's a father of 9 children.
And the tongue.
He runs a chicken farm. It's like, yeah, okay, like,
Okay, he's
I'm
the
on
greatest
board
guy
with
of
you.
all time, like.
I'm so on board with
His
you. I can't wait till
promos
we
are
run it.
electric.
Like his promos are they're just so fascinating to watch because he is so himself in them,
Yeah.
but it's so charismatic and deranged.
Yeah.
Whereas I like Eddie Kingston. I know people like his promo style. I just don't personally find it that entertaining. Whereas Briscoe is so entertaining with it. Like so much, and I'll go back to that Eddie Kingston Moxley thing where they set the table on fire and we're trying to look like badasses. Like it's like Kingston wants to be a badass, but Mark Briscoe is so crazy and
Nah,
silly.
you wouldn't go out there right now outside Roadhouse and have a fight with fucking Eddie Kingston.
He'll start chopping me in the chest, and
I'm
I'm
not
like,
fighting Eddie
I'm
Kingston.
not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
he's called Eddie Kingston.
I'm not fighting Eddie.
Would you be Eddie's proxy?
I'm not fighting.
Fight Shane
Oh, fight
outside
Shane.
Roadhouse right now for Eddie's honour. For
Slapping cheeks, boy.
I love Eddie.
reddening the arse.
I love Eddie. But if I had to pick one of Eddie or Mark Briscoe right now, I have to pick Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, no, I would
The
too.
tax and tables match.
Yeah,
How
that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
What about Hangman? He just up until he got the title, and then everything kind of just seemed.
I don't think he's still the main character.
Yeah.
He's still top
He's
of the main
going
event
around
scene.
with a chain around his neck all the time. He's going to hang someone very soon.
Hangman will be fine.
Moment of the year.
Hangman's win.
It's up there for me, but I think the Dustin Rhodes one, just because of I think what it represented for him and it being in Texas.
You spent that whole time thinking about him with fake tits.
What would have made that moment better? Big
pair of-
Diddums. Glistening in the Texas heat on the hot sunny afternoon.
bouncing in that little fucking lighter.
just edging him up to cover Sammy Guevara because the rest of his body can't make it.
Where the fuck is Sammy actually now?
He's Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion.
Sammy's where he should be.
Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion.
I'm going to narrow it even down further and say the moment for AEW was the fork spot.
Yes.
Oh,
That's like
loved it.
that's.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe, like them spots that they're going to have that on like
Reels,
reels
highlight
and promo
reels.
in 20 years time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Like cinema.
It was actually
It's
like,
what we do.
It's what we do. It's what we do.
tell stories.
But that's what, like, I think, and one of the main reasons for AEW's success this year is a lot of it. They just said, "Fuck it, do the fucking fork spot." You know, throw Mark Briscoe through 60,000 tacks.
Set John Moxley on fire in a
John
body
Moxley.
bag.
Gorilla press Darby Allin and fucking
Launch
through a
him.
flaming table.
Bring a fish tank into a
Fish
ring.
tank into the ring.
Drown him if you want.
Like, what a year when you actually look back on it. And
We haven't even mentioned-
I've had my ups and downs.
My-
Sorry now. Also, possibly moment of the year, and getting back to the mic. Were you going to say it?
I was going to mention my AEW match of the year, which I felt was just a natural culmination of all the things you just said.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Hollywood ending.
That was what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, that was
That's
this
my
year.
that's my match of the year overall.
That was unbelievable.
Right, here's how good this match and this feud was. This match and this feud was so good that Mariah May said, "You know what? I'm not going to top that. I'm one and done.
I'm out here.
I'm out the gap."
Yeah.
Wise move.
Yeah. And also,
Now look at her fucking eating shit and unable to
so-
kick out of a pin in NXT.
by proxy, the promo
that
of
was
the
a-
year becomes the Mariah May going, "You've sentenced yourself to a lifetime of mediocrity."
Yeah.
Because it's like so prescient, like, you know.
Tony's still going up, and there she is now. And well, look, she's finding her way in NXT.
Blake's
but
gonna be fine long
but
run, I
think
think,
she
anyway.
started the year on an insane high, and look at her there now. She lost her title
Forgetting to
because
kick out.
she forgot to kick out.
Yeah.
A lot of AEW just kind of, because I wasn't watching weekly. A lot of the pay per views seem to blend into each other, so I can't necessarily have one standout match of the year.
Do you think that?
My
Do you think
stand-
that might
I-
be because that you were asleep for all of them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, maybe. I think I fell asleep.
My match of the year is actually, I loved the Hollywood ending. I'd have that very close to the top.
What was
But
the main
my-
event of that show?
that was Mox versus Cope. That show, Revolution, had the greatest four match stretch in pay per view history.
Tell me the matches.
It had the stretcher match.
Yeah,
It had
very
the
good.
Hollywood ending. It had the Kenny Takeshita Mike Bailey triple threat.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Was it that one? No, was it?
I
It was
can't
sorry.
fucking remember.
Was it Kenny Ricochet Bailey?
Kenny Ricochet. No, Kenny Ricochet. Oh, I can't.
Was Will Ospreay in a triple threat there? Like
was,
a while
Then
back.
the fourth match was Will Ospreay. You weren't a big fan of this, but I loved it. Will Ospreay Fletcher in the cage,
Yes.
and then you had
that was back then. No?
that was all Revolution. Those four matches went on in a row.
yeah.
And then you had Cope and Moxley absolutely stink the joint out of it in the main event.
What's insane is that 6 years in, AEW have not done one fucking female pay-per-view main event, and that was the one.
Now I'll tell you here. I actually have a counter argument to that. Right.
Women shouldn't be in the main event.
No.
Okay, Morro, let's tee that one up. See how that goes in 2000.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just careful. That's not what I'm saying. Technically, that was a perfect spot to have a women's main event. I don't think that match would have been served better by being in the main event spot, because that match was like a tidy 13 minutes of chaos. If they'd put in the main event, they probably would have tried to stretch it to 20, and it would have hurt the match. That match is like perfection.
Yeah.
The glass on the hands, and you know, with the wraps, the glass.
Oh, yeah.
And then
The end credits at the end.
the end credits. Mariah May looking at Tony putting the glass on her hands and going, "Oh, I have to do the same fucking thing." Like, and the way the pin happened, like that was just a perfect match.
Yeah,
it was a great match.
But that was like a four match stretch of insanity. And my
AEW,
favorite match
like-
of the year was Hangman Ospreay, the own final.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
AEW have just delivered so much on pay-per-view this year. Like, you really do get your money's worth.
Yeah, that while it was a criticism of mine for a while, going, it's so hard to watch a fucking 5-hour pay-per-view, like, with time and stuff. When he said that, I charge $50 for a pay-per-view, I want to give people their fucking money's worth. I was like, you know what? Yeah, fair fucks, right? Yeah. That's fair enough. Like, if people are paying like big money in today's day and age, considering like what they were getting WWE pay-per-views and stuff for. And,
imagine.
I was like, you know what? Fair. I get that.
Imagine like WWE did TV in Ireland for the very first time, and you pay all that money, very first time that they've ever done TV in Ireland, and you get Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair. Was it even Charlotte Flair? Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair is your main event.
That's so shit.
Like, and the two standout things on that show, people were saying, were John Cena and Becky promos.
Why wasn't John Cena and Becky wrestling on the fucking show?
But also, even
did Becky not wrestle?
Even the fact,
like a tag match or
tag match, but I think there was no finish.
But the fact that like they go, okay, Ireland, we're finally going to give you something. You know, you've never had a PLE. We missed out on Takeover Dublin a couple of years ago because of the pandemic, and they give us this. They ought to give us is SmackDown, right? Instead of giving us maybe Raw, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Irish wrestlers on it. They give us SmackDown, which has 0 Irish wrestlers on it.
And they had to bring in Becky.
They bring in Becky just to do a promo, and then we get Charlotte and Nia Jax in the main event, and everybody's paid fucking hundreds, thousands.
If you're bringing a family of 3, it's like
that is a complete differential between those two companies when it comes to value for money.
Looking on the outside of the big two, we'll do a quick roundup. TNA, I think, have kind of brought themselves back into existence somehow. Maybe it's just because of their NXT.
They've signed like so many lads to just short-term contracts now to get them over the hump of their first TV.
Yeah.
And they are, I think they're flying without a fucking parachute here because Joe Hendry's just gone. Don't know what's going on with Santana.
Obviously, Leon Slater's going to WWE.
Really feels like that's very obviously happening.
Jordan Grace not long gone.
Who is
Masha Slamovich has kind of got cancelled out from the business. So
she got cancelled out. Who are they going to build that company around? Who are the stars of that company now? Going into their big TV year.
Matt and Jeff Hardy.
They might get Bubba back for a real last time.
Just doing his Charlie Brown walking in, looking real sad and doleful, waiting for the fucking Hardys to pick him up.
I hate their fucking canvas that they had on some of the shows. It made it really hard to watch.
I think it's
like Mike Bailey got over there, Josh Alexander got over there, so
but they're all fucking gone now.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, like, it's given people the avenues to wrestle.
I think what they really should do is like
Moose
highlight Jake Something and these kind of guys.
Jake Something
is
amazing.
He's
really good.
I watched the match with him and Calvin Tankman there a while ago.
It's mad. Like, there is a couple of those guys that are very like quite unsigned, and you wonder,
is LA Park still knocking around?
LA Park is, as far as I know, yeah.
Get him in.
Yeah,
get him in.
They had a Black Taurus is the Beast Mortos initially and stuff. He had a really good run there. It seems like a good breeding ground to getting people.
What they should do early doors is obviously right. Yeah, you're going to have the Hardys on the show and that because
Nick Nemitz,
because they're
Mustafa Ali.
They have some little bit of recognition left in them, but the real key in the first few months is the likes of Jake Something and them people who like what we said about AEW, how they fleshed out the mid card with fresh faces. If TNA can get someone like that over early,
can TNA be like the ECW, like the
could.
third brand in which like it's almost like the feeder system to the bigger
NXT is supposed to be that though.
Yeah, I know, but it's not
NXT
really.
NXT is like gone. Like NXT
then you've got TNA, then you've got AAA, which you've got Evolve,
Mubi on Evolve,
AAA, on Mubi, aka NXT Mexico,
Legends, Future Greats. Is that Evolve now or something?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but I think TNA, I'm interested to see where they're going. There hasn't been anything that's jumped out on me going, I have to watch that in a long time with them. I can't even remember the last time that happened. But
you nearly felt that with Mike Santana, and then they beat him in front of their biggest ever
is that the one AJ showed up on?
No, the one after he showed up on.
The one AJ was showing up on, I was like, maybe I should check this out. New Japan, obviously, Tanahashi's
last year.
Yeah, last hurrah.
Look, we're 2 weeks away from the retirement of the greatest babyface of the 21st century. I don't think there's an argument to be made against him, actually. He's the greatest babyface of the 21st century.
Yeah, you got a point. It's a pity you never got that Cena match, isn't it?
It's such a pity you never got to see a match. He's the greatest babyface of the 21st century.
Any other companies sticking out to you?
CMLL have had the greatest year in the history of fucking professional wrestling. Like
Major League Wrestling.
MLW just had so much fucking ridiculous roster turnover that we ended up with Dijak and Baron Corbin as the tag team champions.
That's not the worst.
Matt Riddle is your world champion.
Matt Riddle's the world champion. Oh God, forget
Well,
that.
I think he lost it recently, but
Yeah, CMLL is doing. I still haven't watched MJF Mystico.
that's
One of
like
the matches of the
one
year.
of the matches of the year.
Still
Yeah.
haven't seen it. Yeah.
CMLL, to put into context,
They're nuclear hot.
they have had the longest run of Arena Mexico sellouts in the history of the company. That company is 92 years old,
That's amazing.
and they've done it this year.
You're enjoying Stardom.
Stardom this year, again, another company. Like, Sai Kamitani just became the first woman to ever win the Tokyo Sports Wrestling MVP. Again, that's like... So we're seeing things with CMLL and their unprecedented run of sellouts, one of which was headlined by Mercedes Moné, by the way.
Yeah.
Now, an all-women's card sold out fucking 16,000 tickets in Arena Mexico. That's insane. And then on the other end, you have Stardom with Sai Kamitani taking over the kind of top spot there, has gone nuclear.
Do you think with Japanese women's wrestling as well that like it's kind of circling back to that 90s
We're back
high
to-
point
we're back
again
to that, yeah.
And do you think a lot of that is the positioning that WWE and AEW have done very effectively in the last couple of years of highlighting like for the first time properly in mainstream US
I
wrestling?
don't know
A
how
lot-
much that filters it back into what's happening in Japan, but what they've done really well is like Stardom have lost people like Kairi Sane, Io Sky,
Julia.
She was a top star there 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Asuka before, like, you know, way back
Yeah.
to that. But they've been consistently losing all these top stars for a few years. And I don't know what kind of fucking training system they must have in place, but they're replacing them with equally as talented people, but who are more over. Like, none of those, as big as stars as they were in Japan, none of them approach remotely the level of what Sai Kamitani's at the moment. It's not even close, like.
We seem like we're living in a weird kind of vortex of 2025. Just seems very strange for wrestling because Vince Russo is back in the game. Him and Big Vito are in Juggalo Championship Wrestling, which have a show every Thursday on YouTube called Lunacy.
I'm listening.
For free on YouTube every Thursday.
You had my curiosity now.
Vince Russo is booking a 1 hour show with the Insane Clown Posse
With the fucking juggalos.
and Big
Up
Vito.
to his neck and juggalos.
Yeah.
Juggalos.
So
What is happening?
I'm definitely going to check out one of the show. They have they have Stephen Flo and Cocaine as like their main stars.
Like, how are we
Stephen
not?
fucking why not?
How have we not got jobs as bookers? Like, if someone's hiring Vince,
We need a wrestling
Russo,
fan wrestling
You do have
show.
a job as a booker.
Yeah,
virtual booker, the best virtual booker.
we
in
have
the
a
world.
wrestling ring. Let's just book some shit.
Yeah.
Also, what else happening in the wrestling world? Like, where do you think the independent scene has gone?
It's
We
been a
heard
rough
that
year.
Trent Seven is looking to get, or maybe has 5 million.
Do you
Looking
think he's
to
going
get-
to
Start
get
a new
couple
promotion?
Every time somebody tries this in the UK, WWE come in and undercut them to fuck.
NXT Europe.
Okay, yeah.
We're getting an NXT Europe.
Look, I hope he gets it. Obviously,
Yeah.
who knows? I don't. There's nothing set in stone yet, but it's made the news. So
Yeah.
What you said about Stardom, though, is that, like, you know, this turnover of people, that's what the independence needs to have, because anyone that gathers a bit of steam, you look at Zazaya and Agla
Yeah.
Blanc,
they're all
they're
getting
signed
snapped
now.
up.
They're signed to
Like,
WWE.
realistically, say Agla Blanc there, right? Deadly wrestler, did his All Japan tours this year, was in the Champions fucking Carnival,
Yeah.
and like really was enjoyed by the fan base over there. Like, he had really good reviews and all. Like, realistically, if this was 10 years ago, he'd have had another 2 or 3 years of a super hot indie run.
Yeah.
But now they're getting snapped up so quick.
Yeah, and that's my feel. Like, you look at what happened to Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, who were, like, you know, what, 21 and 23 or whatever.
Younger even,
And,
I'd
you
say.
know, they spent 7 years, and if you look at their cage match, like, there's some years where they've barely wrestled at all. Like, and obviously, you know, fair fucks to them. That's what they wanted to do. They're getting paid. Pete Dunne, I think, is doing producing now and stuff. But, like, from a purely selfish fan point of view,
I want to see them wrestle.
you want to see them wrestle
And I
because
want
they
to
were
see-
fucking
but, like,
electric.
I want to see
And we
them
got
wrestle in Rev Pro, in OTT.
we got to
fucking-
see Pete Dunne recently in
back,
OTT.
yeah.
So that was
Like,
pretty cool
I
against
think,
MD banger match.
What are the kind of things you're looking out for most going into 2026?
I'm hoping WWE bounce back.
I'm really nervous about this Netflix deal with Warner Brothers and what that could mean for AEW. I know they're
honestly,
pretty safe for the next 2 years.
I think that's more 2027.
yeah, to be fair.
But
You don't have to worry for another year, John.
Okay.
and I hope more people go out to see independent live wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm a part of it. So
Go and see Shane.
yeah, go see
It's
us.
great though,
buy
even
his
like this
merch.
year, like seeing big shows happening out with Castle Comer and doing
Yeah.
really well.
Irish scene is hopping.
The Irish
Irish
scene is
scene is
hopping.
hopping.
Like, and the regional scene. It's not feels like
You don't need to
other-
just go to Dublin anymore.
Yeah, like OTT, we're fucking
They were on
traveling
tour,
all
man.
over
I saw
Ireland.
them in Carlow.
We're gonna be. I think the aim is to have at least one show a weekend somewhere.
When's that announcement coming out as well about WWE buying OTT? When's NXT? When's NXT Ireland?
Whenever Trent Seven announces that he's had $5 million,
when he gets the money. When he gets the money.
NXT Ireland. You heard it here first.
What I'm most like the thing I'm looking out for one of the things I'm looking out for most. I think AEW are in a pretty good spot. As you said, WWE hopefully bouncing back. I would like some more pie on Triple H's face. Not gonna lie, I hate that guy. But also, I'm very interested to see after Tanahashi's retirement, do New Japan just fucking shrivel up and die, or do they actually finally say fuck? What have happened last? Well, we need to start booking these youngsters to be our top guys.
Also, because
Takahashi.
like there were so many years where there were so many years like I mean, I'm going to harken back to the 90s to agree, but in the 2000s where New Japan were like the fucking #1 company in the world. You know, 90s actually. Yeah, well, but to be fair, but like they should have a fucking run at it again. They should get a bit more competitive.
They were trying when they had like coming off the Bullet Club stuff and 2018.
They sold out Madison Square Garden.
They sold out Madison Square Garden and like.
I know Ring of Honor, but Ring of Honor didn't add a single fucking ticket to that sellout.
I don't think there was much of a draw.
They didn't add a ticket.
They floundered in recent years, and it would be just great in the way that like the way that Mexico is white hot at the moment. That they just
they need a CMLL year, you know.
Yeah, maybe All Japan is going to have a big.
Nah, that's a fucking dumpster fire.
My big takeaway, because I got to go play some Mario Kart with an old friend. My main take is. If we want to see big things happening and new stars created, get out and support your local indie.
Yeah, support independence, buy merch.
Yeah. I'm going to this is because
you're making the stars before they get snapped up.
Exactly.
I lived away for so many years that even there was no access to even see independent wrestling unless I paid for subscriptions and stuff. Which, as you know, I'm a subscription addict. This year, being home, my first full year back in Ireland, I've gone to like at least 15 shows. Yeah, and I had a fucking whale of a time.
Yeah, and it's great. Like when you actually get there, and you're like, oh, this isn't a fucking.
The quality is fucking super high.
I know. I know. I have a vested interest in it, but like I'm very.
The quality is super high.
Like my love for live wrestling has now so super exceeded my love for television wrestling because you're like I used to always go to wrestling anyway, but now I'm living it, and it's just.
Oh, best of luck to Limo in America.
Yeah, best of luck. Big shout out to Limo, one of our own going over there. But yeah, that's been 2025, a bit in review.
Yeah.
I mean, we glanced over most of it.
I think we had some positives in there too.
Maybe like there's going to be another week left in the year. Maybe we go part 2 we'll see.
Yeah.
Isn't there big, like, I mean, there's a whole AEW pay-per-view that's going to happen on the 27th.
Next week.
Are WWE done with big shows for the year?
I'm doing an All Elite Morrow after. I'm doing the Murrays, the All Elite Morrow Awards.
You're not an All Elite moron. You mean saying you're not tuning in Monday night?
I dip in and out.
He dips in and out. He's not committed to the cause.
Our JBL documentary should be re-uploaded. Only took a year and a bit, but that should be gone up. JBL endorsed it himself. We'll also have the Chris Benoit one done before Christmas, I think. Maybe Christmas Day to bring the cheer.
And just remember, Undertaker still fucking sucks.
We're the Wrestling Fan at Wrestling Sean, the big beefy boy Shaz Beef. This is only one Hulkster, and this is my fellow. Oh no, it's not. It's Let's just do an oosh. Oosh. Stay safe, good luck, and all that.